Welcome to Tax File. I am Laure Bala Hassan and I am thrilled to have you join us for another information-packed episode. We'll kick off with the latest updates from the world of taxation, bringing you the news that matters. In our Did You Know segment, we got some eye-opening tax facts that might just surprise you. Next up is Vox Pop, where we hit the streets to hear your opinion on some tax topics. Then, in the Knowledge Zone, we break it all down and add context to what people are saying. You also hear from our expert on our Professional Insight segment, helping you better understand issues around taxation. And of course, we'll wrap it up with What's on the Net, where we answer your questions and comments from the digital space. It's going to be a dynamic and insightful session. Let's dive right in. And now, the news. The Federal Inland Revenue Service, FIRS, has unveiled a top-to-bottom technology infusion strategy as part of its broader digital transformation agenda. This initiative falls in line with the FIRS 2025 strategic roadmap, which prioritizes capacity building, facility enhancement, and technological advancement to strengthen tax administration and public trust. Hussein Ibrahim reports.
Director of the Technology Department, Mr. Richard Kimeko, stated that the strategy is designed to align people, processes, and platforms, ensuring the service is digitally equipped to meet the evolving demands of Nigeria's economy. He emphasized the need for internal buy-in, noting that change management remains the biggest hurdle. However, starting with the executive chairman and coordinating directors will help drive widespread adoption. Mr. Kimeko highlighted the urgent need to overhaul existing manual procedures. Despite previous digital investments, he advocated for a unified technology framework that improves internal efficiency, boosts transparency, and enhancing responsiveness across FIRS operations. Commending the leadership of Executive Chairman Dr. Zach Adedeji, Kimeko affirmed that 95% of his proposals have received approval. He described the support as instrumental, noting that true leadership lies in vision, value creation, and mobilizing teams to realize a shared digital future.
The Federal Inland Revenue Service, FIRS, has secured a series of landmark legal victories, reinforcing its commitment to tax enforcement and environmental accountability. Director, Legal, Litigation and Prosecution Department, Bolanle Hajara Uniongi, highlighted recent wins against MTN Nigeria, gas flaring-related disclosures, and the multinational oil services firm Halliburton. Aisha Abdulkader reports.
In the case against MTN Nigeria, the FIRS successfully defended its tax assessment at the Federal High Court, which upheld a $47.8 million principal tax liability. Although the court struck out penalties and interest totaling $21 million, the ruling affirmed FIRS authority to tax digital services and satellite bandwidth, setting a precedent for future enforcement in the telecom sector. On environmental taxation, the FIRS supported a Federal High Court judgment that compelled the federal government to release detailed gas flaring data from 2015 to 2020. The court's decision delivered in favor of the Human and Environmental Development Agenda, mandated the disclosure of companies involved, volumes flared, and penalties paid, strengthening transparency in Nigeria's extractive industries. Perhaps most notable, the Supreme Court in January 2025 upheld a $6.9 million tax ruling against Halliburton West Africa Limited, HWAL, ending a decade-long legal battle. The court dismissed HWAL's appeal and affirmed that the company was liable for additional tax assessments on revenue earned between 1996 and 1999, rejecting claims of double taxation and ordering the firm to pay the assessed amount plus 2 million naira in cost. Oniyongi credited the victories to the strategic leadership of FIRS Executive Chairman Dr. Zach Adedeji and the dedication of the legal team. She reaffirmed the service's resolve to pursue both local and international entities in its mission to uphold tax justice and ensure compliance across all sectors.
The Federal Inland Revenue Service has held a tax sensitization and enlightenment program in Kano aimed at educating taxpayers on their obligations, rights, and the benefits of taxation. The event was led by the Special Advisor to the Executive Chairman on Tax Matters, Dr. Yasser Abubakar, who emphasized the importance of building a tax-conscious society. Ejura Etu Okpanachi reports.
In his opening remark, Dr. Abubakar outlined 3 core themes of the program: understanding the value of taxes and how they contribute to national development, recognizing taxpayers' rights and responsibilities, and leveraging digital tools to ease compliance. He also revealed that the service is set to roll out Tax Promax 2.0, a new version of its tax filing platform designed to address limitations identified in the initial rollout. Speaking at the event, Alhaji Abubakar Abba Sani of the Emerging Tax Office, Kano 3, emphasized the pivotal role taxation plays in sustaining government operations. He described tax as a statutory obligation on individuals and businesses earning income and highlighted how tax revenue directly translates into infrastructure, public services, and economic growth. The second speaker focused on educating participants about their rights as taxpayers, including the right to accurate assessments, timely notification, and access to redress mechanisms. He stressed that understanding these rights is vital to fostering voluntary compliance and building trust between the tax authority and the public. The sensitization program forms part of FIRS's broader commitment to deepening stakeholders' engagement and promoting a culture of compliance nationwide. Participants expressed appreciation for the initiative, describing it as timely and informative. More outreach programs are expected across the country as part of the service nationwide enlightenment drive.
Introducing the FIRS e-invoicing system, Merchant Buyer Solution, the future of business transactions in Nigeria. With e-invoicing, businesses can now generate and manage invoices digitally, reducing paperwork and increasing efficiency. E-invoicing is a key initiative aimed at reducing tax fraud, improving cash flow, and enhancing the overall ease of doing business in Nigeria. With e-invoicing, businesses can enjoy numerous benefits, including reduced paperwork and increased efficiency, improved accuracy and reduced errors, enhanced security and reduced risk of tax fraud, faster payment processing, and improved cash flow. Visit the FIRS website today to sign up and learn more on www.einvoice.firs.gov.ng. E-invoicing, making Nigeria's business environment brighter. FIRS, simplifying tax, maximizing revenue.
Let's now join Mariam on the Vox Pop segment.
Hello and welcome to the Vox Pop segment, where we hit the streets to find out what people know about tax-related matters. My name is Mariam Julie Ajura, and today we're out to find out what the petroleum profit tax is. Come along with me.
Okay, petroleum profit tax is a tax levied by the Nigerian government on those companies that are into petroleum products, especially those that are into upstream. When we talk about upstream is those that are into production, exploration, mining, and the rest. So they are the ones that pay petroleum profit tax.
Thank you. What is petroleum profit tax?
Petroleum profit tax is a tax levied on companies operating under the petroleum companies in Nigeria. So, and it has, the tax rate varies, which are 50% and 65.7%, and we have 80% and 30% on upstream profits on gas. Thank you.
Thank you. We want to find out what petroleum profit tax is.
Okay, petroleum profit tax is a tax levied on the income of companies operating in the upstream petroleum sector. You know, in Nigeria, the petroleum industry is divided into three broad sectors. We have the upstream sector, we have the midstream sector, and we have the downstream sector. However, I want to quickly chip in that currently we have what we call the hydrocarbon tax, because in 2021, a new act was enacted called the Petroleum Industry Act of 2021. And that one has introduced what we call the hydrocarbon tax, and it has its own rate. We have 30% for companies operating in the onshore or shallow offshore, and then we also have 15% for onshore and shallow onshore. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Did you know the petroleum profit tax is strictly administered and enforced by the Federal Inland Revenue Service only? For more information, visit our website on www.firs.gov.ng.
Ashu Abe takes us on the Knowledge Zone.
Hello and welcome to Knowledge Zone, where we give more insights to the conversations we had on the streets. I'm your host, Ashu Abe. In this episode, we're talking about the petroleum profit tax. The petroleum profit tax is a tax levied by the Nigerian government, specifically on companies involved in upstream petroleum operations, which includes the exploration, production, and initial transportation, sale of crude oil and natural gas within the country. The following are to be known about the petroleum profit tax. It is governed by the Petroleum Profit Tax Act, PPTA. It applies to profits from upstream petroleum operations only, separate from other taxes like company income tax. The tax rate is 85% for companies in joint ventures with NNPC and 50% for production sharing contracts. Companies can deduct allowable expenses like operating costs, capital allowances, and royalties when computing taxable profits. This tax is administered and enforced by the Federal Inland Revenue Service. Petroleum profit tax aims to ensure the Nigerian government receives a fair share of profits from exploiting the country's oil and gas resources. In essence, the petroleum profit tax is a specialized and high tax regime designed to tax the profits of companies engaged in the exploration, production, and initial sale of crude oil and natural gas in Nigeria, with the objective of maximizing the government's revenue from the strategic sector. Over to you, Lorraine.
And now to our Professional Insight segment.
Tax Promo started as a pet project. At the onset, our focus was simply on building a solution to track tax area statistics. But as we explored the problem more deeply, it became clear that the root issues ran deeper than we thought, into the very core of tax administration. We realized that to solve just that one problem, we need to build a system that could manage the entire tax life cycle. that was the turning point for us. So we began the journey, Halilu Pai, Alai Abdulaziz, and myself. As we progressed, we were later joined by Dr. Binji and Ofyong. Along the way, we began to build the idea behind Tax Tech, a concept that combines technology, law, and policy into an ecosystem for transforming public revenue management. Together, we envisioned a platform that could redefine how Nigeria approached tax compliance, from archaic manual process to a modern digital infrastructure that supports transparency, efficiency, and real-time data intelligence. One of the biggest hurdles was the question of expertise. We were building a system that had never been built or done before at this scale locally. We had to rely on ourselves to learn, interpret, and translate tax laws into working logic or working system logic. There was no blueprint for that kind of thing before. Every component of the platform, from assessment to filing, payment, integration, and reporting, had to be locally conceptualized and built from scratch. This process required breaking down complex regulations and rebuilding them as a digital workflow that could not only compile with policy, but also serve the taxpayers efficiently. Our strength came from collaboration, relentless problem solving, and unwavering belief in the value that we were giving or creating to the taxpayers. We knew from day one that technology adoption varies among users. So while we focus on building a robust system, we also invest in usability. We had to invest our own methods, that is, our own recipe to make the system intuitive while maintaining the depth and functionality required for compliance and the general scale. Over time, we have continued to redefine the user experience. Each release improves upon the last, shaped by feedback from taxpayers, feedback that we get from consultants and internal users, and some of information that we get. But what we do mostly is we pay close attention to inputs, so whether it's from usability issues or compliance nuisance, and much of these things that we adopt. There are many moments that I'm proud of, but one that stand out was being invited by the World Bank to present our work to East African countries. It showed us that what we build here in Nigeria could also inspire others beyond our borders. It validates our approach. I am also incredibly proud of the ecosystem that has grown around Tax Pro Max. Today, many professionals and government staff have mastered the system on the point where they sometimes know more than even us that built the system. That's very powerful to see that people have adopted it more than beyond what we are even thinking of. It means the system is not only functional, but also transferable. Importantly, I take pride in the relief that the system has brought efficiency to the taxpayers, bringing everyday taxpayer together, whether in filing, making payments, or accessing essential services like TCC. Tax Pro will continue to grow. Our next phase focuses on innovation, leveraging on the feedback we get from people, new technologies as they emerge. The emerging needs also redefine the platform even further. We're also committed to building local capacity, transferring knowledge to the next generation of engineers and tax administrators who will take this work further. That is what we call the new tax tech world per se. You can expect smarter, what you should expect in the system, it's smarter automation, deeper integration with financial systems and features that reduce friction in compliance even more. For us, the progress is not just about software upset or update. It is more, or rather, it's about building a sustainable system that can solve, that can continue to solve or rather evolve with the country's needs. We might be the face of tax administration or rather tax ProMax, but this is a collective system that we all are to use and build it together, because this is for the country, not ourselves or just for FIRS. It's for the general populace and for the progression of this country. So I envisage and hope that everybody will continue to use it and give their own positive feedback where they see it needs, so that we can make it better. And also, if not even us, the next generation can make it better.
Como, you don't hear about the FIRS e-invoicing system wey be merchant buyer solution? Yes, so country people, na the future of business matter for we Naija. With e-invoicing, businesses go fit generate and manage invoices the digital way, which go help reduce paperwork and increase wetin oyibo dey call efficiency. FIRS don carry hand knack their chest, say they wan make tax compliance simple. This e-invoicing go help drive away mago and wuru from tax matter. E go improve as money go dey flow, and e go make doing business for we country easy. Other benefits be say no errors for tax matter, payments go dey sharp sake of say bye to delays. Join the revolution and take advantage of the plenty benefits of e-invoicing. Visit the FIRS website today, make you sign up and learn more on top www.einvoice.firs.gov.ng. FIRS, simplifying tax, maximizing revenue.
Over now to Swateku for what's on the net.
Hello and welcome to What's on the Net. My name is Joyce Swateku. At Sir Dempsey is asking, good day. Kindly note that each time I try to upload my Excel on Tax ProMax, it always says there is an error on the last empty row. To resolve Excel upload issues on Tax ProMax, delete any empty row, especially the last one. Ensure correct formatting, remove unnecessary columns or rows, and maintain consistent data structure. Save in compatible format. Verify data consistency throughout the file. If the issue continues, contact Tax ProMax support for technical assistance. Visit the nearest tax office to impute the data manually. Fixing the empty row is often the key to a successful upload. See Second Chance is asking, I've been trying to create a TIN for my business for weeks. I keep getting this field is required despite filling all. To resolve the field is required issue, despite filling all fields, try these steps. Double check field formatting. Ensure you are entering data in the correct format, e.g. date, phone number, email. Check for hidden fields. Look for any hidden or collapsed fields that might be required. Clear your browser cache and cookies, then try again. Switch to a different browser to see if the issue persists. Reach out to the platform support team for assistance with troubleshooting or guidance on specific field requirements. If none of these steps works, consider visiting the tax authority's office in person or seeking help from a tax professional.
And that's a wrap on this episode of Tax File. I hope you are living with fresh knowledge and a stronger grasp of today's tax realities. Remember, the conversation doesn't end here. Follow us on our social media to share your views or drop your questions. We are always here to keep the tax talk going and make sure you are in the know. Until next time, I am Lauribala Hassan. Stay curious, stay compliant, and keep it locked on Tax File. FIRS, simplifying tax, maximizing revenue.